Being in a good and playful mood. This sex isn't supposed to be serious. Hip mobility. How did you go from no, poor hip mobility to hip mobility? Pillow under the hips. Just put the blanket over the pillow. Better angles. This right here. When that additional angle adjustment lets him hit the right spot over and over with no extra effort, and it makes your eyes roll back in your head. Game changer. As a man, making just a little bit more noise, moans, sharp intakes of breath, etc. Most girls really respond well to that. They enjoy themselves more, and then so do you. Yes, it's such a turn on. Losing some weight and increasing my cardio. Absolutely a game changer as some great ways. Yeah, this weight loss and cardio. I honestly never would have expected this to be a huge factor. Scream cream. My wife's doctor prescribed a cream that is compounded at the local pharmacy. I know it contains arginine. I was a skeptic, but my wife makes noises I've never heard, and she is loving sex more and more. She laughed the other day during sex. It caught me off guard. I asked her why, and she said, "Because it feels so fucking good." It's unreal. I'm hereby requesting more information about that cream. Being open with my partners about what I like. MojoUpgrade.com was one of the best things my wife and I ever did. You both fill out a questionnaire about tastes, fetishes, kinks, whatnot, and it emails you both only what you matched up on. Doesn't mention anything that was only one-sided. Definitely helps if one partner is embarrassed by a kink or fantasy and doesn't want to broach the subject. Using a pillow. Depending on the position, helped me to rest properly my loaf back or tits, and helps a lot with the angle. I accepted I had ED and sought help, got a light prescription. I know my problem is a mental issue, and I will in time work with a therapist so as not to crutch on the pills. But my God, they gave me back excitement instead of heavy anxiety for when sexy times are upcoming. It's night and day. I'm the same. I have way too much anxiety, so one-night stands and new sex partners always meant a tough time getting hard for me. I used boner pills for the first 5-ish times with my last few girlfriends, and it was a game changer. Luckily I'm in a long-term relationship now, so I don't have to worry. But man, there is literally nothing worse than getting a hot chick that you have been eyeing all night in bed, and not be able to do anything. So demoralizing. Switching hands. I can't use my right hand. Just feels wrong. Bought one of those vibrating wands for my wife. Can't tell you how much fun she has with it, and took so much pressure off me to last longer. Find the exact right spot when going down on her. I would recommend anyone in a long-term relationship get one. Edit. A typo. +1. GF had never finished before meeting me. Tried most stuff without any toys and eventually bought a bullet. She then realized what I meant to finish, and I bought her a wand knowing what got her off. Best decision ever. We both finish every time now, and our sex life got a lot better. Learning how to eat pussy so that she actually orgasms instead of just phoning it in. The clit commander here. Quitting smoking. I'm on day 5 of cold turkey from vaping obscene amounts of nicotine. Among a shitload of other things like being able to taste again and have circulation in my fingers, my libido came back with a vengeance. I went to never wanting to have sex to fucking my girlfriend in the kitchen literally overnight. Lube is actually awesome and makes sex so much better. I know what you're thinking. If we just do 10 minutes of foreplay, it's the same thing. Or, I'm in my 20s, I don't need it. Trust me, it's pretty awesome, and it's even more awesome after 15 minutes of foreplay. Use it. Never once have I run into a sexual act that lube did not improve tenfold. Most notably tit fucking and hand jobs. People that say tit fucking doesn't work clearly have not tried it with lube. Make your girlfriend confident about her body. It does wonders. This is all you really need to do to get the tigress to come out and play. My GF self-deprecates regularly. I make her know deep in her bones that I find her endlessly sexy. By telling her, constantly and consistently, but not over the top. When you are seducing your mate, make everything about her. Kiss everywhere. Try new positions. Ask what she wants. Is getting an IUD considered minor? Because holy hell is my sex drive through the roof now that I have one. I switched off of birth control pills. The estrogen was a major libido killer. It's probably more so that you stopped the pills than it is that you got an IUD. For 1, diet and exercise. For 2, remembering to breathe. For far too long I just forget to breathe like a regular person and would just pound away and come too quickly. Finally figured out how to remember to breathe deep and regularly, and it helped me stay in the moment and last so much longer. Can you elaborate more on breathing and lasting longer? Asking for a friend. Going down on her first without her asking. The first time I attempted to go down on a woman while having sex, she was like, what are you doing? I don't like oral. And I got embarrassed, so I figured if a woman wants me to go down on her, she'll say so. I'm vocal about when I want my dick sucked, so it must be the same thing, right? A few disappointed partners later, and I've realized they will never ask you to go down, but they'll be disappointed if you don't attempt. It took me 2 years to get the courage to ask why he never went down on me. I always went down on him. He said he didn't know I wanted it. I said I never waited for him to tell. Ask me. Woman facepalming light skin tone. Woman facepalming light skin tone. Woman facepalming light skin tone. Lessons learned all around. Discovering my kinks and realizing there's nothing to be ashamed of. The day she said, I'm officially not wearing panties anymore. How do you get that notarized? Laughter. Good God, does humor improve so much? Ha. That makes me think of the line from Irvine Welsh, the barometers of a relationship are sex and laughter. But not at the same time, ya fucking cow. But really, some laughs do help. Not looking at so much porn. A lot of people really will never understand how true this is. Long-time married dude here. 1. Quality over quantity. Don't worry about having lots of sex, but making sure that each time is the best it can be. Thinking about it all day, waiting for opportunity. Taking time, lots of foreplay. Not rushing, and making sure she comes first and every time. 2. Watching less porn. I found myself almost never getting turned on in regular life. I'd lost that thing where the edge of a woman's shoulder at the coffee shop could get my mind going. The less porn I watch, the more I feel like a teenager getting excited by little moments in the real world. I don't have the same amount of credibility as this guy. Sad single noises. But stopping watching porn gave me back that tingling sensation that I get from interacting with beautiful women in everyday life. It really affects you more than you think. Got myself a girlfriend. How'd your wife feel about that minor adjustment?